if you want to be more productive in everything that you do, especially when dealing with email, we need to understand this basic principle, discovery versus execution. So we're going to talk today about how we discover things that need to be done from our email box, for example, and how do we flip those into tasks that we can quickly do within ToDo, Microsoft's ToDo application. So stand by, we're going to get right to it. So the first thing that we need to do is open up your browser and go to office.com and type in your credentials to sign in. So I'm using the Outlook web client, right? That's available within, right here, within your Microsoft Office suite. Very simple. Most people use this, all right? And I've just opened up Calendar, but you could go here to Outlook as well. So here we are right here in the center. And we're going to talk about how to create and manage tasks. So the objective here, when we talk about discovery, we're really talking about discovering what we need to do to get done, right? And on the execution side, it's really the tasks and the to-do items that we need to get accomplished that we're tracking here in this simple to-do tracker. So I use Microsoft ToDo for everything that's personal usually. And I use it for more as well. As you can see, we have some of the family in here. It's nicely created so that you can assign things to your family members. Everybody can be on the same sheet of music. So when I do business stuff, I really tend to use Planner, as you've seen in other videos. So back to the video. So here, how do I create this? Let's just say this one right here. We want to create this as a task. We can right click on that email message. We're reading through our email. We say, hey, yeah, that's important. I need to follow up on that later. I don't want to do anything right now. I just know that it's important and I need to take action. So how do I do that? It's easy. Do a right click, go to advanced options, say create a task. Boom, you're done. Don't worry about it again. Now we can close that box and now we continue to work through, and we're going to just delete that email message because we don't need it anymore at this point. Now we say here, oh, this is something that I want to do, right? So how do I create a task easily here? Well, again, whoops, I could do a right click, go to advanced options, create task, or I could click on flagged message. So let's go ahead. We're going to flag that message and let's see how that looks, what that looks like in my to-do box and kind of what those actions are that I can take immediately when I start organizing my day in the to-do box. Well, what's nice about what they've done here with to-do is they've created this option called My Day. And so you can see it both on your mobile device as well as within the browser itself. So this is My Day on the mobile device. Notice you have both of these in here. So here I'm looking at my computer and I see, okay, so great, I see that, but what do you suggest? I can click on suggestions here, and now notice these are things that I recently added. Do you see that? The syskit and the major change update. Those are two things that I most recently added. I added these earlier. So here, and notice where they're located, tasks and flagged emails. Well, golly, this couldn't be any easier. Right here, if I go to flagged email, look at it, it's right there. So what do I do with it at this point? I could click on it and say, add it to my day. Great, it's done. Now, notice it's added to my day. You see it right there show up? I could also go into the tasks. Here's one that I just did right here, Message Center Major Updates, right? You see that? Message Center Major Updates. Well, I could just say, give me suggestions. And you notice here, it will say recently added, Message Center Major Change Notification. I could just say, add that to my today. Now, when I go back to my today, there it is right there. And if I look on my phone, of course, I can see that on my day as well. So it's very easy to kind of manage through everything. When we flag an email, they end up here. When we add it as a task, they end up here. But if you don't remember any of that, just simply go to My Day and ask for suggestions. And it will go through and tell you everything that you have that needs to be assigned. And you can just keep on clicking more if you want and find everything that you need to do. So now that you're in there, let's say, okay, I added it to my day, so it's going to be due today, but it's not showing up as a due date of today. So this is an important change, just something that you need to be aware of. I added it to my day hoping that I would get it done today. But if today expires and I do not get this done, it's not going to reappear in my day again. It will reappear as a suggestion in the future. Okay? So how do I make sure that I get that done? Well, that's okay for me. If I'm just doing things, suggestions are fine. I don't need to add a due date. But if this needs to be done by a specific date, or this needs to be done by a specific date, I can say add a due date. And I'm just going to put on here tomorrow. And then it's going to come up with tomorrow as a planned activity. And you can see it right there. Okay? Notice that it's in the My Day box, but it's also scheduled for tomorrow. And if it becomes late, let's just change that. We're going to go back, pick a date. We're going to say it's due on the 7th. Now it's going to show up here as an overdue item. So the syskit, you can see that. Let's go back to My Day. Notice here that it says it's overdue. If I look in here, it's overdue. So it's very, very easy to do. But let's say I don't want to go outside of Outlook. I just want to see what my tasks look like. Well, if I click on here, it'll automatically take me back over to that today. But then I kind of lose where I was with my email, right? So might not want to do that because now I got to go back and I can click here on email again and find my email. So it just really depends on how you want to view things. And, you know, you can also click on this button here for my today items. And you can see here tasks. And then you can click on My Day. And, you know, you can click on your flagged emails. So you can see everything right here as you're going through your email. It's a dandy program. Strongly suggest that you get familiar with it and get out of your inbox. Get into a mode if you really want to increase your productivity and reduce your strain and stress. Learn how to discover what needs to be done. That's email, voicemail, chat messages, everything. Put them in a centralized area. In this example, we used ToDo, and execute to them. And I promise you will be much more productive.